Have you ever noticed that amazing smell when you open an old book? That scent that makes you pause for a moment and maybe even smile? Today, we're going to find out why it's so irresistible. But instead of me explaining it, let's hear it straight from the source. Meet the book itself.
Hello, I'm an old book. You might find me on a dusty library shelf or in a forgotten attic box. And when you open my pages, you'll notice something immediately. That smell. That warm, slightly sweet scent people strangely love. Most think it's just dust or the smell of old libraries, but that's not the real reason. And as an old book, I know exactly where it comes from. To understand my scent, you need to know what I'm made of. My pages were born from trees. Inside them was a natural substance called lignin. It's what helps trees stand tall. But lignin has a secret. It doesn't like to stay the same forever. Over the years, it slowly breaks down and releases tiny molecules into the air. Some smell like grass, some smell like almonds, and one smells just like vanilla, the kind that makes ice cream smell so good, somehow hiding in my pages. Sneaky, right? But I'm not just paper. Every page has ink pressed into it, carefully laid down when I was young and shiny. Over decades, the oils and chemicals in the ink mix with the air, giving off faint whispers of my past. Think of it like a diary, but instead of secrets, it's aroma. Then there's the glue that holds me together. It dries, ages, and tiny particles escape. Add that to the mix with the paper, the ink, maybe even a cloth or leather cover, and voila! You get that warm, nostalgic smell that makes people sigh. And here's why it's irresistible. Our brains are wired to respond to sweet, warm, familiar scents. Vanilla, almonds, even that subtle mix of aged paper. It triggers comfort and memory signals almost instantly. That's why, out of countless smells in the world, this one grabs us every time. So, when you breathe in that old book scent, it's not magic. It's chemistry doing its slow, quiet thing. And maybe a little bit of history sneaking in for good measure. But why does this smell feel so nostalgic? You know, that little jolt of memories the moment you crack open an old book? It's because our brains are just like that. Scents and memories are best friends in there. That warm, sweet aroma can take you straight to quiet libraries, rainy afternoons, or those long hours you spent lost in a story that felt like another world. For a lot of readers, it's comforting, almost like stepping back in time for just a moment. But here's the bittersweet part about my fragrance. The smell you love, it's actually a little reminder that I'm slowly aging. My pages are breaking down, one tiny molecule at a time. Every breath you take carries a tiny piece of my story into the air. So, next time you open an old book and catch that beautiful scent, remember this: you're not just smelling paper, you're smelling time itself, quietly slipping away from the pages.
Oh, so that amazing smell carries the bittersweet journey of a book, from fresh pages to decades of slow change. We can't stop it, and maybe we shouldn't, but right now we can breathe it in and hold a little piece of history for ourselves. This is Whysdomia, where ordinary things get the stories they deserve. If this made you look twice at something you use every day, subscribe and stay curious. Because once you start asking why, the world becomes a lot more interesting.